Hello. I want to leave this warning before listening to this ASMR. This is a deep topic for some people, so if you think you can't handle this kind of topic before or during this video, I recommend you find something else to listen to. I do get into my own struggles with depression, but I have found talking about it has helped me. If you're still here, I hope you enjoy this ASMR, and I hope this helps some people with what they are struggling with. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Oh, hey, it's good to see you. I've missed you. You have no idea how excited I've been this whole week since we've scheduled to hang out again. It's been forever. It sucks being an adult. Ooh, I see you already got the game up. Well, I wanted to play it, but I just haven't bought it. I do more PC gaming, so you do more console. I wish I could get a console and then we can play. It's just the extra for internet when I'm already paying for internet, That you and I'd have to buy the game. Well, we would on the PC too, also have to buy the game to play together, but... So this is the game? Oh, thank you. Well... I'm not exactly sure. I know I'm acting a bit different suddenly. Well, I always wondered why you wore long sleeves, and I think I know now why. It's not nothing. I know what they are. Just gonna be silent? I'm sorry, this probably feels like I am putting you through an interrogation. And finding the right words. You say it's nothing, and you know me, I hate lying. To you it's nothing, but to me it's something. Like you might actually feel it's nothing, something I shouldn't worry about. Look, I know what those marks are. They're one, too deep to be scratches. Two, scratches aren't uniform. I know we haven't seen each other for a few months, and I don't remember seeing them before. And I understand some things have happened in your life. Some things have happened in my life that have pretty much both our jobs and other things have kept us from hanging out. And I know you probably think the second I saw them and the second I have acknowledged them that today is ruined. It's not. I get it. No, I truly get it. Before we met, I also did it. I'm not proud. It's not something to be proud of. Purposely hurting yourself. I mean, I've done it since I was young, and I've had depression since I was young. It first hit when I was 5, and it was mainly triggered by the loss of my grandfather, and that I felt it was like my fault, and it just compounded throughout the years. And it wasn't till middle school and high school where I went from purposely doing things to get hurt, purposely hurting myself, to doing that. Look, I know you and I wanted to have fun today. And we're going to have fun. I don't intend on that changing. It's just, I know what it's like to bottle in the feelings, keep them in. It compounds, and it does not help. You never expected me to be a person with depression. I've had many people say that to me. Many. A lot of past friends said they couldn't tell, and it's because I practiced a lot. And it comes and goes, you know. There was a time here. I'm gonna play as we talk. You can tell me if I mess up. I like that it shows the controls. Sorry. It's a hard topic, and I find it better if I distract myself and do something. Because it is a deep topic, and it's not one most people talk about. I get it if you don't want to talk about it. This is interesting. Sorry. Whew. Well, I'm currently using the game to give myself time to think. Oop. Because I do truly understand okay. I know this is a hard subject to talk about, truly, but not talking about it is worse. And I know. I spent years, even like over a decade, pretty much keeping in those feelings. And the more I kept it in, the more I hurt myself. And then I felt bad about hurting myself. And it just compounded. And eventually hurting myself in the way I said of purposely doing things that should hurt me, or purposely giving myself bruises, wasn't enough. And I started doing what you're doing. And I did it for years. I did it for about a year before my first friend that I got really close with in high school noticed, and I can kind of understand why she was scared, because I'm scared now. And I just want to kind of distract myself and do something else, because I don't know the words to say. I don't like you hurting yourself in a way. Because I feel like I've kind of failed you. Like, maybe if I was there more, or if I said the right things, you wouldn't have even started. Now, I started when I was younger. I stopped. I used to use, like, sharp rocks and stuff. And then I stopped for a bit. And then I started again in high school, but with, like, knives and stuff. And I stopped for a few years because my friend, she helped me. I was able to talk a bit more instead of actually internally keeping that, like, intense sadness, intense hatred for myself, or the feelings of being a failure. I mean, we all fail at times, and in certain environments, it feels worse. As an older sibling, I was expected to be more mature, know stuff. I didn't get to be as much of a kid as I wanted to. I had to grow up and be a good role model. And I hated that. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to play games. I mean, I play games now, and it helps in a way. But also at the same time, I was told I'm not good enough, I'm not doing well enough. Like, my grades were bad, but I was dealing with, like, I had trouble reading because of dyslexia and all this, but it was mild enough that I wasn't diagnosed until later. Same with ADHD, mainly because women are better at hiding it, and it didn't really hit till, like, college. So, and in high school, it hit because I had, like, a few friends, but I felt intensely lonely. I felt they weren't really my friends, they were using me, because at that time, I went from being a very dumb student to one of the smarter ones. And I was better at explaining things than most, so I was, like, a really good teacher for people. If there was a hard thing, I was so used for myself of figuring out different roundabouts on learning things. And I could teach it. And it helped a lot of people. But I thought most of my friendships were surface level, and in the end, because of that, they ended up becoming surface level. Because I didn't let many people in. Now, my friend that I found out, she was the only one. And, like, I used long clothing. I used to have wristbands and stuff. And, like, if I didn't get an A in a class, I felt that I was an intense failure. And I never got, like, an A in English, so I was always a failure in my mind. And all of those negative thoughts, along with not feeling worthy, not feeling good, I could break my back, and I have done that, where I've pretty much almost broken my back, and to help people, but I felt like I still wasn't doing enough, and it just kept compounding, as I said. And certain months, it comes back, usually around August, and it sometimes stays until, like, January of the next year, because then I'm like, hooray, new year, I can try again. But as the end of the year comes around, I'm like, I didn't do this, I didn't succeed at this, why did I do that, I failed at this, and it just gets worse and worse. And it's extremely hard too when the end of the year is also my birthday, pretty much. And it's like, I'm a year older, I don't feel like I did it. So many thoughts, and a lot of them, because I have healed over these many years a bit, it's not as bad. in high school it wasn't too bad. You know, it's like there were days I wanted to die, and like I thought about trying, but I didn't. It wasn't until college where it's like a whole school system changed. My friends went off to do their things, and I didn't reach out because I felt I never deserved them, so why would I contact them? Oh, I'm getting teary-eyed. But some stayed, and that helped. But I still kept a lot of it to myself. And, you know, having to get like having a job while doing college. But I also had my grandma had a health scare along with my uncle, who both I've lost recently, but I'm dealing with it better than I would have back then if they died. Because I felt it was my fault. I wasn't helping them. And, you know, I helped my grandma until she died. My uncle was more introverted and didn't ask for help. So it's like, how would I know? So I couldn't help as much as I would have if I knew. But I was also failing at college my first year. I failed. I felt bad. And then I got diagnosed with some things, and when I got checked, it was like during the summer. And it was a few months into the summer, and like one of the tests they wanted to do, because with both of those there's a high chance of depression, because, you know, you're not normal, so you start thinking negative thoughts. Well, there was like 2 questions I remember specifically, is like, have you thought about, you know, ending it in the last 3 months? I put no, because it was summer. I was happy. I was doing better. I wasn't in school. I wasn't as stressed. And then there was like another one that suddenly I'm now forgetting. But I also said no, and they were like, well, if you got like one more, we would have given you clinical, like dangerous depression. Like, you probably should go to a doctor and get medication. And since both of those like last 2 questions were like in the last 3 months, and I was like, if they said in the last half year, they both would have been yes, and I would have been diagnosed with that too. But they were like, you have like some depressing thoughts. And at that time I had started constantly wearing jackets, and there was many places on my body I started cutting, and for some reason I found them beautiful. Looking back now, I find them disgusting. But, you know, even to this day, I have troubles because I'll think I messed up, or did this, and it will remind me, because each one I kind of put feeling into those cuts, and it's like I can feel where they were. Like, I've healed. Like, you can't see them, like, all over, like, this arm. I did. I don't scar easily, thank God. But I did often. And there'll be days when it hits, like, where I just feel utterly lonely. And, like, specifically, like, my wrist will really itch, and then I'll be, like, scratching. And I remember also, for like months before I actually stopped, I kind of wanted to, mainly because I had friends being like, hey, I see you, we care about you. And that helped me. So I'm hoping, one, with opening up about you, well, opening up about me, I mean, maybe you can open up to me and I can help you like they helped me. I want to do that, okay? Like, if you get the urge, I had a friend, you know, my friend from high school, she was like, maybe start drawing instead of actually doing it. So I started drawing on, like, my arm, but I did it with red, so it's like, and they were nice little designs, and I would send that as like, I did this instead, and she was cheering me on, and it helped. And then I had another one who I would see weekly, another friend I would see weekly, and she would help me. I'm very grateful for those two, and I care greatly about them. If they need something, I'll be there. That's and pretty much what I'm hoping is me opening up to you. Maybe you can find some part of my story, kind of connect to it enough that you feel open up to share about yours, because what I went through is not going to be the same as you. It is not. Which, in my mind, is like, thank God you don't need to be me. But then there'll be parts of my story you're like, oh, I get that. I have that. Like, a lot of people with depression, they always say it's like, it itches where I used to. And I'm like, it does more than itch. It is like, you can feel like it's a mark on the soul, on the body, that's never truly forgotten. Like, the scar might be healed, it might not be there, but it itches as bad as a mosquito bite. But instead of like that circle from like a mosquito bite that's really itchy that you'll forget about, and I mean that happens once you've stopped, because it's been almost 7 years for me. In December it will be 7 since the last time I did it. I cut cold turkey, which was not easy, because for months that's all I wanted to do. I would do anything. I started reading, writing, playing video games, doing anything to distract that itch, to continue. And your body gets used to it and gets almost addicted to it, because I also had to face a lot of my feelings, but I had friends to help, and I want to be here to help you. Because truly, compared to probably a few people with depression, I had like 2 people, 3-ish, they knew some things but not everything. 2 people did, and they were constantly there helping me. But I couldn't do it alone. If I did what I was doing and I was trying to take care of it on my own, I'd probably be dead now. So, I'm open to listen. If you need advice, I can try. Will I be perfect? No, I am human. I am not perfect. And that was like one of the hardest things for me to kind of accept and realize, is I am not perfect at all. Nobody is. And what I ended up kind of realizing, that in that way, it's kind of beautiful that we're not. We're all different. We all struggle. We all have different things. And some things are harder for others. Some things are easier for others. I just don't want your story to end, because I have enjoyed the book. And I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay as long as you can. I know things happen, and I don't have the power to fix or do everything, which was a hard thing to learn. But I'm gonna keep trying, and if you're willing to join me, we can both try together. If you need help or advice, I'll try. You're not alone. And I know it's hard, because it's easier to look at yourself in such a negative light. And I know I do, all the time. And it's hard to ignore. But one thing that helped me was, this is the first time I'm trying to be a human. You know, it's our first time. Are we gonna get everything perfect? Hell no. Am I going to fix you in a day? Probably not. Can I help you after a few weeks? Probably. Could I actually help you want to stay, not hurt yourself? Make you enjoy life by being a silly goose? Playing stupid games? I'll try. I know that's like not to smile for years, except around people you didn't want to know you were suffering. I also know what it is to just give in, give up. But there's another thing you can give in and give up on, which I enjoy more. It's just to enjoy life. And it's messed up, cruel, happy, exciting. It's multiple things. I used to kind of see the world, and it was kind of gray and dull. I try to see it in a different light. It's surprisingly colorful. Which was weird, because a lot of my memories back in the day seemed dull, even as like a kid. And I started thinking more like a kid, and I've enjoyed it more. You're just trying to exist, and existing's hard. But truly, I hope this helps. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'm trying. This is my first time. Well, I think enough talk about these mental and it's like, it's so much. This has been a very long talk. Just try today. Try to enjoy one thing that happened. Just do that. After a bit, try 2, 3. Now I'm kind of to the point where I'm enjoying at least half the day. Or at least trying. Could be something as stupid as taking a 10-minute nap. Just enjoy it. You're trying your best. Let's have fun and hang out and actually enjoy the day, okay? I know I went deep dark. I know. I've been in the cave. It's not fun. Let's have some fun.